Our daughters are officially sharing a room now that we have baby boy on the way. The first thing that my husband and I decided to do was change out the lighting in the room. Y'all will not believe how long it took us to put together the chandelier and get it up. Getting it up was the easy part, but putting it together, 2.5 hours. That's ridiculous. As you can see, I had to manually put on all the flowers, which that was fine. Very, very, very tedious work, but it was still okay. That's not even what took the longest part. It was after the flowers that we ran into a huge hiccup. Putting in the actual light part to this part with the flowers is what gave us the most trouble. I truly do believe that part alone probably took us like over an hour. Like we really had to bend the metal to get it to fit inside. I don't know why they made it the way that they made it, but I'm just glad that we were able to get it in there. Looking back over this video, I can definitely say there had to be a better way to make the chandelier. Like a part of me feels like they could have just sent it this way and then put the flowers on. Like I get why the flowers came separate because they didn't want it to break in the box, but the other parts could have came together. After spending so much time doing that, I was like, okay, hubby, let's just get one more thing done in this room today. So we decided to go ahead and switch out the curtain rod and the curtains. This was definitely the highlight of day one, being that it was the easiest part to do. This pretty much concludes day one. The only other thing we did was go get some light bulbs for the girls' light, and that was it. If you want to see how our girls' room turned out in the end, like this video and give me a follow. Literally can't wait for y'all to see the results. The girls love it. With baby boy making his big debut in December, we have officially turned our oldest daughter's room into the girls' room. I've made this into a series, so if you want to see more of these videos, make sure you hit that follow button. Now today's task was to take down our oldest daughter's bed, vacuum and shampoo the carpet, remove this name sign, and work on the accent wall. While I ran to the store, my husband went on ahead and took down the bed, vacuumed, and he shampooed the carpet. So that leaves me here just struggling to get down this name sign. My husband has warned me time and time again not to use this double-sided tape stuff that I call stickies. And of course, now I'm paying for it. Sometimes I care more about getting it up quickly than actually caring about the takedown process. Now that I got the name sign off, finally, my husband and I are wiping on the walls with some alcohol, getting ready to apply this peel and stick wallpaper. Listen, take it from me, if you're considering to work with peel and stick wallpaper, please do not do it. I mean, it turned out great, but save yourself the stress. This literally took us entirely too long. We kept having to reapply and reapply and reapply. Like it literally took us forever to get it together. And it probably didn't help that I was the only one that looked at some videos. And when I say looked at, I mean skimmed through some videos. But this is where I'm going to stop this video. Y'all come back and see what the outcome was. No reason it should have took that long. Episode 47 of my husband and I versus this wallpaper. Again, if you're considering to do peel and stick wallpaper, do not do it. When I tell you, my husband and I had no idea that this would take us days to do. Okay, days might be a little dramatic, but all day. And we ran out of wallpaper, so we had to wait on the next roll to come in. This is a task definitely not for the weak. And it was somewhere around this moment where I made such a terrible mistake by shifting the wallpaper over to the left some, and it left the smallest little gap in between the two strips. And my husband kept messing with me for it. But I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We're not taking this whole thing off again. I'm just gonna fill in the gap with some scrap pieces that we have. I mean, seriously, this is pitiful, but I was over it. We're just gonna keep it moving and we're gonna come back and fix it later. I ended up being so fed up with this wallpaper, I stopped filming completely because I knew we were running out of wallpaper and I was just over the entire process. So once we finished what we could, we went on ahead and brought the bed upstairs, or shall I say my husband brought the bed upstairs, and I was supposed to help him put it together, but I had to do the girl's hair, so he went on ahead and did it. And then I was left to make up a new bunk bed. Making up a bunk bed while pregnant is crazy. Y'all already know to come back for the next part. This is part 6 of preparing for our third baby boy. Step 1 being turning our oldest daughter's room into the girls' room. In part 5, we left off with my husband and I completing the wallpaper, using all that we had until the next roll came in, and my husband putting together the girls' new bed. So this video is just me making up the girls' beds, which leaves me wanting to share my thoughts while making up this bunk bed. At first, I was super irritated because I was wondering what I got myself into being pregnant making up bunk beds. I mean, this task really had me drained, but it was almost instantly that the Holy Spirit reminded me that this is a blessing. This is truly something to be grateful for. The fact that both girls get to have their own brand new beds. And honestly, that didn't have to be our situation. And the word gratitude just really stood out to me in this moment. My thoughts shifted from, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I have to make up these bunk beds. This is such a workout while being pregnant. But now my thoughts are, I get to make up these bunk beds because it truly is a privilege. Having 3 children is a privilege. Having children, period, is a privilege, especially after dealing with pregnancy loss and infertility issues. I know that's a bit of a rabbit hole, but y'all, it's that deep. As stay-at-home moms, we have to show gratitude in all that we do because it truly is an honor and a privilege. Now, while I do love how everything else looks, this comforter set was not the color I thought it was, so I did send it back and change the color. Come back for the next part. I cannot believe we're already on part 7 of turning our oldest daughter's room into the girls' room, preparing for our third baby baby boy. This day right here was a little bit of a lazy day for this mama. So lazy to the point where I barely even felt like recording. Working on the girls' room the day prior really took a lot out of me. So I was just an assistant to my husband this day. The rest of the wallpaper came in, so we went on ahead and finished up the wall, and my husband put together their nightstands, and our 4-year-old actually helped him out. It was the cutest thing. So while I show you guys all of that, I did want to take this opportunity to answer a few questions that I've been seeing. One of them being, how does my oldest daughter feel about her younger sister moving into her room? So the truth is, my oldest daughter is only 4 years old. She is such a sweet little girl, and she loves being a big sister. And a few short months after us moving into this house, we actually moved our youngest daughter into that room because our youngest daughter's TV broke and we never replaced it. So they've actually been sharing a room. The reason why I say we're turning our oldest daughter's room into the girls' room is because now we're officially customizing it to be both girls' rooms. Also, we've always known that we'd have more kids, so them sharing a room was already going to be in the plans. So to answer y'all questions, both girls love sharing a room with each other. Y'all make sure to come back for the next part. So we've been preparing for baby boy, and here is part 8 of turning our oldest daughter's room into the girls' room. So unfortunately, when we were in the moving stage, before I even got our baby girl sign on the wall, I broke it. So here I am now with not a clue in the world of what I'm doing. And it absolutely shows. I got some wood glue, used a nail file to kind of smooth out the edges, and I really put a lot of effort in. And it ended up not working. So now here I am just taping it instead. And I'm just figuring it out as I go. If you've been following along, you know that I ended up not liking the comforter set that I put on the girls' beds. Not only was the color off, but also the sizing. So that kind of threw off the color scheme that I had going, which was light pink, gold, and white, with some hints of tan in there. But after seeing the pink comforter, I just felt like it was too much pink, so I ended up going with another color. And if you guessed green, you guessed correctly. So now I'm just taking their wall decor and I'm painting it green. And you guys will not believe me when I tell y'all this, but painting all of these items literally took me 5 hours. And before you ask, no, I didn't want to put a bag down or some tarp. I preferred cleaning the counter than tarp or plastic bags sticking to what I'm painting. But y'all, even with me not knowing what I'm doing, everything turned out so nice. We're getting closer and closer to you guys seeing the finished result, and I'm so excited for y'all to see. Come back for the next video. This is part 9 of preparing for baby number 3, our first baby boy. Step 1, turning our oldest daughter's room into the girls' room. So I'm going to use this video to kind of address some concerns that some of you may be having. Let me first start by saying there's nothing wrong with same gender siblings sharing a room. As Christian parents raising up disciples, I actually think it's necessary. I mean, think about it. When does the devil try to tempt you the most? When does the devil try to torment you the most? It's when you're alone and when you're isolated. And sorry, not sorry, I do not play when it comes to my kids. We do not play when it comes to our kids. So if there's a chance for us to avoid the enemy, we're absolutely doing it every single time. Secondly, my husband grew up sharing a room with his brother, and they absolutely loved it, and they are still really close to this day. I also know so many other people that have also shared rooms with their siblings, and honestly, not one of them had anything negative to say. And not only those reasons, y'all, sharing a room also helps build character. It teaches you skills like cooperation, compromise, and simply just having respect for others' space. Honestly, I love that my kids are growing up with little accountability partners. So yeah, this is our take, and we have absolutely no regret. Final results of the room in the next video. So baby boy is going to be making his big debut in December. Step 1 of preparing for his arrival, turning our oldest daughter's room into the girls' room. This is part 10, and if you guys stick around to the end, the moment that you all have been waiting for, including me because I couldn't wait to show you guys, their room reveal. And so now that this step is out of the way, we'll be moving on to step 2, and I'm really torn on what step 2 should be. I do know that I want to take you guys throughout this entire process because I really do believe that a shift from 2 to 3 kids is going to be very interesting. There's a lot of changes that are going to be happening. We got to get his room together. We're having a whole nother gender, so we're going to need brand new everything, well, outside of the basics. So we'll need clothes, bibs, bottles, oh my goodness, and we need a new vehicle. So there's a lot to do. All right, well, let's get back to this room reveal. The girls were already in bed this night, but you guys get the drift with their bed. I truly do believe this room came together so perfectly. I'm actually glad that the comforter set that I first ordered ended up being the wrong color, because I truly do believe if that didn't happen, there would have been way too much pink in this room. So throwing in those shades of green really put the icing on the cake. Our baby girls are in love with their new room. It's literally so perfect. I would say that this mommy and daddy did a great job. Like I said, I will be taking you guys along our entire journey, preparing for it and welcoming baby boy. We're getting closer and closer, and we're so excited.